all of you. Thank you for joining us this evening for a perspective Drishtikon. Today, we will travel to Assam with Prateesha Suresh, who will share insights about the Sattriya dance form. A perspective Drishtikon is held by the Museum Society of Mumbai with support from the NCPA and KV Mariwala Philanthropy Initiative on the 60th anniversary of the society. We request everyone to kindly put your mobile phones in silent mode. Photography and videography are not permitted. Do enjoy this evening. Thank you again.
Namaskar and a very warm welcome to all of you. Today is actually a historical moment because about a year and a half ago at Firoza ji and myself, we were just talking one day, and she said, why don't you do something about dance and, an educative program on dance. So we were looking for, the museum spaces were not working out at that time. So we were just thinking, where can we do? And at that point, I just asked Dr. Godrej, is it okay for me to do it at Simrosa Gallery? She said, yeah, go ahead and do it. So I took a date and I fixed Prateesha's performance and a little leg dem at Simrosa Gallery. It's a very small space, but we had a beautiful audience. And one of the audience members was none other than our revered and dear member, late Kishore Bhai Mariwala. He came, he sat, he saw, and the only thing that he said after that is that such a beautiful program and such a wonderful event, this should go to NCPA. Why is it being done in a gallery here, in a smaller space? So we said, yeah, you're right. He said, I am with you all. I will do the funding. You must take it to NCPA and carry it forward. So that was the historical moment. And after that, we pursued the matter. We made a little team of ours. We approached NCPA, and very kindly, they are our collaborators with the Museum Society Museum, NCPA. These bodies coming together, we've been able to do and give you a series of these talks, demonstrations, and we look forward to doing much more with the grace of God and, of course, with the blessings of Kishore Bhai Mariwala. So, not taking more time, I would like to say that a huge thanks to NCPA, collaborators, and co-curators, of course, to Swapna Kalpa ji, who's the dance head at NCPA. I would also like to thank Dr. Godrej, who is the chairperson of Museum Society. And I would like to tell all the audience, please do keep coming month after month and keep watching what we are bringing forward to you. We would love to bring more and more things to you. I would also like to thank and my sincere pranams to Darshana Ben Jhaveri, Padma Shri Darshana Ben Jhaveri. She has been like a pillar and like my spinal cord. She comes in each and every program and watches it with a lot of interest and blesses me. That is the most important thing for me. Thank you, Darshana Ben. Today, I take you to the northeastern part of India, to the land of Assam. It's a beautiful land, just like other parts of India. Krishna Bhakti is there, and that Krishna Bhakti binds our country and the soil very strongly. This state of Assam brings forth a very, very pretty dance style, which has been accepted as a classical style in the year 2000. It's called Sattriya. And my dear friend, Prateesha, is one of the only torch bearers of Sattriya dance in Mumbai. And that means a lot, because to hold something and take it forward is a lot of responsibility and job, and she's doing a fantastic work at that. So without any more interruptions, I would like to present Prateesha Suresh ji, and she will be accompanied on the khol with an artist who's come down from Assam. So enjoy the evening and relax. Yeah, thanks, Prateesha.
Namaste and a very good evening to you all. Today I am here to talk about Sattriya, and the next 1 hour I'll try my best to take you through the journey of this art form. I will first present the history of this tradition and then dwell upon other aspects. I believe that to know an art form, research is very important. That's my personal view. And therefore, such lecture demonstrations play a big role in the understanding of an art form, which gives us a much better perspective. Otherwise, any art will be like the blind man and the elephant. I hope not, though. I would like this session to be an interactive one, and I hope you will ask questions to make the session more invigorating towards the end. You can ask your questions. So I start off with the introduction of the two great philosophers, artists and polymaths. Why do I say polymaths? Because they were experts in many knowledge forms. So the guru who was responsible for creating this tradition was Mahapurush Srimanta Shankardev. You can see his birth and his passing away, that's his time span. And his disciple who nurtured the tradition and took it forward, that is Sri Sri Madhav Dev. So we know that any institution has to be taken forward by someone. Someone establishes and someone has to take it forward, and that is the role Madhav did. There was a gap of 40 years between Shankardev and Madhav Dev, but their names were always mentioned together as Shankar Madhav. Incidentally, that is also Shiva and Vishnu's names. Because what was created by Shankardev was enriched by his disciple. And Madhav Dev's contribution is no less than Shankardev. Now, why I am telling you all this is because I am talking of a journey, of a philosophy. All dance traditions, I will not say styles, because they're traditions that have come down from years to us, they follow a philosophy. It's not that suddenly I want to do some style and I'm going to do it, but we are invested very much in a philosophy. The philosophy plays a major part in our music and dance traditions, and symbolism plays a great part in this philosophy. Shankardeva's philosophy did not believe in idol worship. In his philosophy, Krishna is the main deity. And to realize him, your mind has to look within your heart. That's the Hriday. His philosophy is named as Eka Sharana Hari Nam Dharma. Eka Sharana means you sharan, you bow down to one, and that one is Harinam, and the Dharma, although Dharma is not equal to a philosophy, Dharma is much more larger than that. So this concept has been taken from the Bhagavad Gita, which you must be all aware of, where Krishna asks Arjuna to surrender himself, Sarva Dharmam Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. That is where the Sharanam concept comes from. because he says, abandon everything, I'll protect you. As simple as it sounds, this is the most difficult part in a human being's journey, to abandon everything and to surrender. That is the most difficult part. So what you are seeing is the gate of a namghar or of a satra. So the gate you can see, as the previous slide, you can see where the Prateesha foundation is written, there is an elephant, and the top of an elephant there is a lion. In the gate also, you can see the same thing. So this whole thing is symbolic of the elephant being the symbolism of inertia. So now let us not confuse the elephant being Ganesha and all that. Because in Indian philosophy, each philosophy takes the quality of that animal. So elephant is considered a symbol of inertia, and the lion is very alert. So what happens is, the lion is on top to kill the inertia and awaken you. So that lion is the name of Sri Krishna, where you are driven to action. So now, the prayer hall, this is the prayer hall. You can see that it's very big, an open space, an open empty space. And although you can see there are two Garudas there on either side, and at the very end, you can see what you are seeing on your right side, the Simhasana. This is a small replica which you have in front of you of the Simhasana. So the Simhasana is the symbolism of Simhasana. Here, what you are seeing is that it's a structure which has 7 steps. That is symbolic of the 7 Vaikunthas. And on the top is an empty space. And on that empty space, the Bhagavat is placed. Bhagavat is what Shankaradeva followed, Krishna, Bhagavat. And the empty space is called the Amohi Ghar. Now Shankaradeva took a lot of words from Sanskrit. So Amohi is Jahan moha nahi hota hai. So that is the Amohi Ghar, where you keep the Bhagavats. Although he didn't believe in idol worship, his philosophy was right then in front of his disciples to see, because you need something in front of you and to remind you all the time. So that is what is we call it Simhasan because Simha Asan, because of the lion, and the bhakti that he propagated was the Dasya Bhakti. Although you must be knowing the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So these are the Navavidha Bhakti started by Prahlad, and Dasya is what he looks at because he calls himself as Krishna Kinkara. Kinkara means Dasya. So that is his philosophy. This is the Namghar. Now in this Namghar, I would like to show you now the tradition, how it evolved. So you can see there are many pictures there. So this is the drama that is done in the Namghar. So the dance that has evolved is only a part of the tradition. Sattriya dance is not only the dance. Sattriya is a huge umbrella where all these drama, music, sculpture means not of stone, it's mostly of wooden, because you can see this, and paintings, everything happens. So we know that 2000 years back, we had the Natya Shastra. That is the Encyclopedia of Indian Performing Arts, and here we find that the dance evolved from drama. Nritya evolved from Natya. So Sattriya is also based on the Natya tradition. And in Assam, it is called Nat, Jatra, or Bhavana. Even these names have connotations. Jatra is a journey. So when a drama is done, it is a journey. Who is taking? The spectator is taking. The prekshaka is taking. The one who is sitting in front is taking. Because here in the space, we create a small world. And there is one universe. So this is the microcosm of the macrocosm that we have. And there what happens? The bhav happens, bhavana. All the pains and the anger and the love and all the emotions or navarasas or whatever you want to call it, all the bhava happens in this space. And the one who is watching is relating to that story and realization comes. So that was the purpose of doing the whole tradition in India had a purpose where the villagers come. Now he did not do this for the court. He did it for innocent villagers. So when he did this, his idea was to take them closer because at that time it was not allowed. The Vedas and the Puranas were not allowed to ordinary people. So the first play that he did at the age of 18 years was called Chinna Yatra. And there he used the backdrops of the Vaikunthas. So the concept of backdrops that we think is a very modern concept happened more than 500 years back. And the play starts, I am written that Gayan Bayan, that is the concept of a percussion and what we call the Ghanavadya, that is the cymbals. Why we call it Ghanam? It is because made of brass, it's heavy. So that combination is played, and then you can see Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, where you can see these three characters, but all the three characters are male, because women did not take part in that. And then you see Rama, Lakshman and Parashurama, and then you see the use of mask. That is the Tarakasura, and that was Ram. Now, so the Sutradhar plays the main role. So the concept of Sutradhar is from Natya Shastra. But Natya Shastra, Sutradhar had a role where he would come in, introduce the play and may purify the space with water, and he would leave. And then the play starts. But here, the Sutradhar is like a puppeteer. He is the one who comes in the beginning, and then he takes it to the end. So he is compared to the Parabam Brahma, because who is controlling us? Is the Lord above. So that is the Sutradhar of the macrocosm, becomes the Sutradhar of the Bhavana here. And then his costume, you can see, he is wearing a skirt and he is wearing a turban on top. So Sutradhar is the only character, and other divine characters only used to wear gold and silver jewelry. Others did not, because first there was a distinction between divinity and other characters. Secondly, the Satra was very, very simple. They did not have the means to buy gold and jewelry. So they would always wear beads and anything maybe made of wooden or cloth. So now this is the closer thing of Gayan Bayan, and you can see what I have written in that there. Sat, the Satra. Sat is pure. Because it's pure, everything worn there is white. And Satra, the word Sat plus Tra. Tra is anything that embodies something. That is the suffix that is used in Sanskrit, Tra. So Satra embodies the truth. Now anywhere I have written something called a sacrifice here. So the sacrifice is that in the Naimisharanya, Rishi Shaunaka was having a 12-year-long sacrifice where the Mahabharata was recited, and Bhagavat is part of Mahabharata. So Satra is always, nowadays Satra is any, like this is a Satra, people getting together. But sacrifices that happened in those days was not a day, it's not like there's a big difference between Homa and sacrifice. Sacrifice is to happen months and years together, and it was not possible for an ordinary householder to do. It was always done by the king because it needed a lot of expense. So there you see young Vaishnav Bhakats practicing. So now, what I will do is, I will give you the glimpse of the Sutradhari dance. I will show the beginning of how the Sutradhari dance starts. Now, afterwards, I'll ask you what you noticed in the Sutradhari dance. Just look out for circles and squares.
Okay, now let's have an interaction. Did you notice any circle in the dance? Yes or no? We'll do. Yes. I went around. I know you saw many diagonals and lines. Did you see a square? Okay. So dance is very symbolic. So what did he do? He purified the space. Okay. And that he danced in all four sides. First he danced here, then he danced here, then he danced here. Why did he dance at the back? He did not dance at the back. That is because he had to show his back to the Lord. But that was a square that was made. So, the purification that Bharata spoke in Natya Shastra, where the Sutradhar comes and pours water and sprinkles water and purifies. Now Shankardeva didn't do that. He took the same concept and he created a dance. And he did a dance. So that is how a philosophy is captured in dance and music, which goes on like a river. But to understand that philosophy, it is not enough if we practice it. We have to also understand it. When we understand it, we take it to a higher level of divinity, not for others, but for ourselves. Because when we dance, we many times think that we are dancing for others, but we are dancing for ourselves. But when I am doing a character, like if I am doing a Rama or a Sita, I cannot become Rama and Sita. I have to detach myself. Seeing me, the audience has to feel that I am Rama. So what I do is, I wear a costume to give them the Rama and Sita feeling. But my emotions, I don't attach to Sita, otherwise I will break down there itself. I don't think, oh, my husband did like that. Look at now, this Rama is also doing like this. We separate ourselves. So, that is why the costume is called Aharya. जो हम आहरण करते हैं, which we take to become a character. Now, I'll show you how. So, this is the Sutradhara's beginning part. After that, he goes on to do many dances and sings the Nandi Shloka and introduces all the characters and explains what's going to happen. So there are many Sanskrit shlokas and music in between. So now I'm going to do the Chali dance. So Chali dance is a dance that is done again by male performers wearing a skirt in the Namghar as a prayer. So Sattriya dance style is never done solo except for Sutradhara. Everything is done in a group. So they dance in front of the Simhasan, and then what the disciples did, how a tradition continues. Now we don't know. We know that Shankardeva did Sutradhara and he did the drama, that we are 100% sure. But who did the other dances? So they kept the same namaskara or pranam or whatever you call it, and because there is no particular name given, because we call it arambhani, beginning. So the same concept is kept in the Chali dance, which is a female oriented dance. You will know by the movements, and same pranam is kept. So I will just do that. So that was the Chali dance for you. So, did you notice a difference between the Sutradhari and Chali? Just don't tell me to satisfy. Did you really notice? And what is it that you noticed? You can just raise your hand if you have noticed. Say yes or no. Did you notice anything?
Showing us your back.
Right. Anything else?
Softer.
Perfect. Who said softer? Yeah. So, this was more vigorous. Because vigorous doesn't mean you have to just jump and then it becomes asura. So, you have to draw a line where something is kitti, tinni, tak, dei. This is vigorous. Enough. That's enough. Okay. Now, what I did, right? Danita, danita, kitta, danita, danita, kitta, danita, danita. I did not lift my leg so much. So that is the particular sign of a Chali dance. Now you said you showed your back. I agree. Also, if you noticed that when we did the head movement, we did it only 3 sides. Correct? So the head movements is to bow down to the directions. They say that these directions are very important, even going around. Now in the Namaskara, we did right, we did left, we did the Lord. Now it will become very ugly if you start doing that at the back. Right? So it's understood. Now, why I went to and showed my back is the Namaskara part is over now. The main dance will start. When is it Dhanita, Dhanita? This is where the main dance started. Now the other reason of doing 4 sides is that in the Namghar, the people sitting here, here and at the back. Because this is the Lord, facing the Lord. So you do on all 4 sides. Because all the people have to see, and that is where the main dance is. So, step by step, philosophy.
But there was a repetition from the Sutradhar and this. The first part
Yes,
was almost identical.
that is what I am trying to tell you. Sutradhari dance and the first part is identical. Because that is what they kept. They did not change it. See, for Indian philosophy, one who we consider guru, not Guru Prateesha Suresh, no. Guru who has really changed our lives, who has showed, Guru removed the darkness, who we consider, we never change. That's why the Vedas are never changed. Never changed. From then to now it's still the same. That is called a ritual. So when you don't change anything, and you won't believe even the songs that they sing, the ragas that they sing, they don't change anything. It's a ritual. If you want to do something, take the ingredients, do something on your own, doesn't matter, but don't touch what has been done before. 2 things, very scientific. One is what is lost. We know in history and art we have lost so much, we cannot get it back again. Secondly, the mind that has created, what creates? My body doesn't create, the creation happens in the mind first. The mind that creates, have you reached that level? You haven't. So you don't have any right. That is why copying is wrong, because it is someone else's, we call it intellectual property now. But that happened long back. And books were rewritten, no? It's not that the Shastras were not rewritten, they were rewritten. But rewritten, not demeaning the other one. A new perspective was given. So, we have to grow, but don't grow by destroying something. So, therefore, research and investment and knowing something, this concept, because what has happened, very sorry to say, but I am sharing with you. I'll not talk of other dance styles. I'm also a Bharatanatyam dancer, having learnt in Kalakshetra. But what happens is, whatever Rukmini Devi teaches, we were not allowed to change. I'm talking about now, Bharatanatyam, Rukmini Devi, just 50 years, 60 years back. So, what is happening in the dance style? Kisi ka, you take, even Shankar Deva's composition. I am doing Sutradhari, suppose, Khitti, Tinni, Dak, I did this. This looks very, let me do Khitti, Tinni, Dak. I can do that also. Let me do something that looks beautiful, something that looks, nice and make it more elegant. Now, if I do that in Mumbai, as Prachi said, the only torchbearer of Sattriya, how will you know? You will know later and you will say, oh, she was doing everything wrong. So, therefore, I have a dharma, which is called a Nata Dharma. My dharma is of a dancer, and therefore the lion that stands on the elephant teaches the dharma, the action. We all have a dharma, mother's dharma, father's dharma, sister's dharma, brother's dharma. If we did that, this world would have been peaceful. So moving on. Is it going? Oh, I'm sorry. So I'll now tell you how Shankar Deva always, changed concepts and took concepts, and like we were talking about creation and redoing it. So he had the genius of creating something new from existing knowledge, Puranas, Vedas, which he showed in all his work. Now, you must be very familiar with what an agrahara is. I don't know if anyone is from the south. So you have temples and you have rows of houses. So he took the same concept, and here Boha means living quarters and Namghar is the center. So all the disciples stay around, and agrahara, this is somewhere from South India, you can see the similarity. I just brought it for similarity. And again, the Satra is a microcosm of the world. The center is the heart, the Hridaya, where the Namghar, where the Lord stays. So, I think I will just do a small Borgit Abhinaya. Now, this is not Shankar Deva's composition, this is my own choreography. But what I want to show you is, Shankar Deva says in this song, so I'm just going to tell the song to you now. Modhura Muruti Muraru. That is the sweet form of Muraru. Muraru is no one but Krishna. Mono dekho hridaye hamaru. O mind, look into my heart. Rupe ananga hanga tulonatonu. The form is like Ananga. And who is Ananga? Kamdev. Because he doesn't have a body. Okay? But what he is comparing to Kamdev? The beauty of Kamdev, the body who is as beautiful as Kamdev. Not his qualities, the body. Kuti Huruja Ujiyaru is like shining like 1,000 suns. Makara Kundala Ganda Mandita. His fish-shaped kundala decorates his cheeks. Khandita Chanda Ruchi Smita Hasa. I think you can all understand. Khandita Chanda means the Chanda that is Khandita, the crescent moon. The beauty of words, the beauty, he did not say, crescent moon. He said Khandita Chanda. So the beauty of words, the beauty of Chanda, the beauty of how music is created on those words. Words are very important. His beautiful smile is like the broken piece of the moon. Kanaka Kiriti Jarita Ratana. His crown is made of gold, decorated with gems. Nava Niraja Nayana Bikaha. His big eyes are like the newly bloomed lotus. Now, this is not the whole song.
I'm just, I think, doing 3 minutes of. So now I'm going to take you a little bit towards Assam. And there's a reason why I'm taking this. All of you know the Kamakhya temple. All of you know Brahmaputra. Many of you must be knowing the Rajas Nirvanayan, Majuli, and that is the Satra. So here, the relevance is Kamakhya represented the Shakta worship. There's nothing wrong with it. That's another philosophy. But at that point of time, when Shankaradeva was there was not only Kamakhya. I brought Kamakhya because all of you know about Kamakhya. There are many Shakta temples. And even now, unfortunately, the sacrifices that happen. And at that time, even human sacrifices was a common thing. If a king wants something, he would give hundreds of human beings in sacrifice. And Shankardeva managed to change those kings. But that is the reason he went against temples. Because anything that you create, it is the practice that makes it bad. Example, the internet and the social media. We don't have to go far. So, temples are beautiful. But temples, because this was happening, he created something and the priests, who we call the Purohita and all, they would tell the disciples. Now, Madhav Deva was one of them. He was a Shakta worshipper, and he asked his brother-in-law that, my mother is not well. And he was engaged to a girl at that point of time, getting married. He said, get a goat. I have to sacrifice. So then that person said, I'm not going to get it. So he said, why? Because he had already become the disciple of Shankardeva. So he said, no, I'm not going to get it because my guru has taught me and I'm not going to get it. Who is your guru? Take me to him. Because he was also a learned man in the Shastras. And then when he went and when he spoke to Shankardeva and he said, why are you pouring water on the branches when you have to pour water only into the root? That one statement, he became a celibate, he gave up everything and he became a disciple. So this is the reason why Shankardeva brought the Ekasharan Harinam Dharma, and we consider him as a Mahapurush because who is a Mahapurush? A person who transcends all human qualities and becomes a superhuman. And the Majuli island, why I'm showing it to you. Now this is where the Sattriya dance which got recognition, which Prachi told you, was actually continued as a living tradition. You will find hundreds of satras in Assam. But this Majuli island, Kamalabari Satra, is the place where the dance was. There is another lecture going on there. It's okay, take your time and switch it off, no problem. So this river island is 350 square kilometers. You have to visit if you can. Unfortunately, there is a bridge which is being built and now it is going to get destroyed further. So that is the dance that was recognized as the 8th classical dance tradition. Not that it matters, all traditions are same, but you need the tag, nowadays. So I'm now going to show you a few movements of Sattriya.
Asa. Ora.
So first I'll show you the sitting posture, which you have already seen me dancing, but there is a difference between the Prakriti and Purusha, or the gentle and the virile, if you would like to call it, or Uddhata and Sukumara. Anything, just the division. The division is important because that is the division has given by nature to us. So that's why the division is important. So when we dance, we have to be a little conscious how we are doing it. Not that it's a huge difference. It's not that, one is growing moustache and the other is having long hair, nothing like that. But anyway, I'll just show you the sitting posture is 1 foot of your own feet, the gap between the two, and this is called the, so this is the Purushka. Ora means the half sitting posture. So we make a square of our body because we have sat down. So why is it a square? How did we make a square? Because when we are like this, we are elongated. When you sit down, if you measure, it becomes a square. Not that we have suddenly become square. So, and the Prakriti is where the hands are in the front. And Purush, now I'll show you how we practice it.
Ta thi da the ni dong ta thi ta khi dong. Ta thi ta khi dong. Ta thi da the ni dong. Khi dong.
So this is the Purush and Prakriti where the body is in Samabhanga. Means there is no break in the body. We are just, the body is in without any bhanga. Sama. Sama means in a same, it's not breaking like, So,
Jalak.
so this is a vigorous movement and I'll show you.
Diddi thaiya kita thaiya kita thaiya thai dong. Thaiya thai dong.
Now you'll notice that nowhere are we hitting the floor, because that is the speciality. We are only bouncing. So we are doing this all the time. We are throbbing with life all the time. We are not breaking, cutting, we are not doing that. So many times it is our atmosphere that determines our music and dance as much as it determines the food. So I will come to that later.
Hat pokua.
So these are all Samabhanga I am showing where the body may move but it does not break or bend.
Zid thai tat tong kita khi tong. Thai tat tong kita khi tong. Zid thai tat tong thai tat tong thai tat tong thai. Hit zid thai tat tong. Thai tat tong thai. Hit. Teo ai. Teo ai.
So this one more movement I'll show you.
Kita zid thai nita kita zid thi nak thai thai. Thi nak thai.
Now this I am doing but still it is in Samabhanga.
Purushpat.
So now circular, one is Purush, one is Prakriti.
Dhar zid thai nita khir ta thai nita. Thai nita.
Now the Prakriti.
Tak zid thai di di thai. Tak zid thai di di thai. Sitika. Sitika.
This is again a vigorous movement, which I danced before, if you remember.
Day, nut 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 day.
I'm coming back as I'm dancing. Okay.
প্ৰথমটো হৈছে
Now I will go where the Dvibhanga. Dvibhanga is, it doesn't break into two. The body breaks and becomes two.
উৰাচতা ধেই তত্তা খেতি ডাউন তাকি তত্তা খেতি ডাউন তাকি তত্তা খেতি ডাউন তা তা ডাউন
So the body bends.
তা তা ডাউন হাত ভৰি চালনা তত্তা নিত্তা নিত্তা ধেনি নিত্তা ধেনি তল দেৱাই hitta dhanita hitta didhi nak dhai dhai didhi nak dhai
So you're noticing the Dvibhanga?
khusora
Khusra kuntu disilu.
tathani thandak
One. Now this is the movement that is very typical of Krishna. Now Krishna holds the flute with this hasta. So we call this hasta Vamsi hasta. And anything that Krishna dances, this hand is very symbolic of his dance.
tathani thandak tathani thandak tathani thandak tathani thandak
This is also when he dances on the Kaliya, the hood of Kaliya. So he dances jumping on the hood.
jyoti salona
Jutti salona na gaisi.
jyoti salona
Kuntu di korisi.
dhai dhinanga na dhani daun kita kita kiri
1, 2. This is a
dhai
female.
dhinda dhai dhai dhai
Okay.
দুটা গ'ল
So that Vibhanga is over. I'm sorry, Prachi. I think I have to keep track of the time.
They are enjoying it.
Get it,
এইকেইটা আছে
কেইটা বাজিছে?
ত্ৰিভংগী টাইমটো 7:30
Oh, it's 7:30 already. Okay. How many minutes grace do I get to turn my paper in? Okay, Tribhanga.
কাষলৈ হাত পকোৱা
Okay, now I'm going to do Tribhanga, very female, and then I'll end it with her dance piece, and you will bless me for that.
ধৈ তানাঙা না ধৈ তানাঙা না ধৈ 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 ধৈ তানাঙা না ধৈ তানাঙা না ধৈ
Same movement, it will run a little differently.
সন্মুখলৈ হাত পকোৱা ধিনাক ধানিতা তিখৰা ধিনাক ধানিতা তিখৰা ধিনাক ধানিতা তিখৰা হিত পদচালনা
বেছি নকৰোঁ না
দুটা আছে আৰু এটা
কি আছিলে
পদচালনা আৰু হাত
মুৰুকাটো কৰোঁ নেকি
মহামৃগা
আচ্ছা পদচালনাটো কৰোঁ
ধেন নিতা ক্ষীৰতা ক্ষিতিতা নিতা ক্ষীৰতা ধেন
I think I'll stop the demonstrations here. You must have got a fair idea of the 3 divisions of the body that we do in Sattriya. So why I said, that the energy of this place, the atmosphere, like Assam is very rainy, very green, the river is flowing there. So all that determines the style of a dance. The music of that place, like the food habits. So these are the folk dances. Now what happens is we don't copy the dance, we copy the vibration that comes. Very many times this is the mistake that happens. Oh, in this folk dance they're doing this footwork, and we can also, I'm from Assam, so I can just put that footwork in my dance. No. Because one has to understand, if there are dancers here, that it is the philosophy. Now when we do a festival, folk dances, we normally do it, it's a community dance, it is a festival that is happening. But when we do classical dances, it was mostly ritualistic because it was part of a birthday, a marriage ceremony, a death anniversary, Annaprasan. So those are the time we remember God and the dance was done. So I will not go too much into this. Before Shankardeva, there is a dance style, pre-Shankaradeva days, that existed, which is called the Ojapali. So Ojapali starts from the Samagan. They sing the Samagan. And there is chanting that happens. And then after that chanting, Purana started the Gatha storytelling, then it went to Prabandhagan, and then it came to Borgit or the Hindustani or whatever you call it. So all that was there. Shankardeva did not create out of nothing. So he imbibed all this and created a tradition. So this is the Chali Nritya costume. So on your left you will see that is how the male dressed as females. So the whole dress looks very crude, right? Yeah. But no. Think beyond the obvious. Why are they dressed like that? When you do, what is it? Why are they doing? Why are they dancing like this? That is not lagging in the dance, but lagging in your knowledge. Because first of all, this costume was made because it's a Chali dance. So Chali is related to a peacock. And peacock in Assamese, when they spread their wings, we say Chali Dharna, Chali. So they have that peacock-like thing because they have long hair, it's tied like how I'm tying, and then they cover it, they tie it here. Because why is the dancer compared to a peacock? That is because Krishna is compared to the water-laden clouds. He is the Shyama. And what is the peacock always doing? Waiting for the rains to come. So how beautiful it is. When we look at it, because they are not financially so, affluent like, dancers of today's modern day. That is why with that outlook, when we go with a modern outlook, we will never appreciate the tradition. We have to be with them to understand what tradition is. We have to live their life to understand what tradition is. Can we live 24/7 without chappals? In the mud? Sitting on the floor? एक बार बैठने के लिए बोलते घुटने, but you will See, 80 years, 100 years, they're living, they're tending to the cows. If we don't live next to nature, at least appreciate what they're doing, we will never understand them. If you don't live in America, you don't know how Americans live. That's why he's kicking us out. If you don't live in India, you don't know how Indians live. So how is it possible that if you don't live in a Sattriya, you will know Sattriya? Appreciate, understand, have an open mind. So therefore, I had created this for my students, which looks more neater. And this is also a way of wearing the veil they wear on top, and which I think was a decent, comparison. So now I will do a small dance. Thank you. This piece I have, it's my own composition, which I have taken from a play by Madhav Deva. So Madhav Deva used to always write on Little Krishna. So this play is Chor Dhara. Chor Dhara means catching the thief. So I have taken a small bit. Why I have taken is there are vachan here, which I am not saying it's recorded all obviously. So how the vachan is said, So just to give you an impression, so he comes in, the gopi catches him and says, every time you do this, where do you think you are going today? Wait, I am going to now finish your drama. That's when he stops her and he says, wait, why are you always scolding me? I was just going around with my friends. And then when he sees that he is caught, so he takes little butter and wipes it on their face and says, I am going to take you to my mother today because my mother is the Rani and you are all going to get, punished for making a small boy like me do this. Then they said, please, you can go. You can go, we have left you, just go. He said, no, I want butter now. So what happens after that? We are not doing, I am doing only this much.
কানাই তুহু লবণ চুরি কৰিয়ে বারম্বার হামাক ভান দিয়ে যায় আহি আজ কাহা যাওব রহ রহ হামাকু হাতে পড়লি তুহারি ভাবনা দূর করব আহে সখী খব তুহু খব সত্তরে আও হামাক একেশ্বরে দেখিয়ে চোর বুলিয়ে বহুত ঝুন্তা ঝগড়া করেছে গুয়ারিনী গো কুঁৱাৰী হব আপুনহি হব দধি দুগ্ধ খায়া হামাক কলঙ্ক দেখি তোৰা হব মহামু সাৰব নাহি আহে কানাই তোহাক হামু সুৰ নাহি বুলিয়ে তুহু আপুন গৃহে যাও তোহাক হামু সুৰলো আহে ধান্দি হামু তোহাক নাহি সুৰো তব সুৰি जब हमाको किसु लवनु देह आहे कानाई तब तुहाको हमु लवनु देव जब तुहु नृत्य करह।